blasting through the depths of outer space.
Hello, I'm alive. I don't know what's going on.
By your command,
Damn you all to hell!
It's the Solo Sci-Fi Podcast.
This is episode 107 of the Solo Sci-Fi Podcast. I'm Michael Ball, aka Coclud. I'm joined once again by my encyclopedia of science fiction knowledge, all the way from London, by the gods of science fiction. It's Martin Fowler. Hello, Martin.
And we're live from under the dome.
Yes, we're going to be focusing under the dome, which Martin's only just seen. I've seen it a couple of times a while back. And what I do remember is that the first season is really good, and then it goes into an interesting tangent. So we're going to talk about that. So first of all, though, Martin, how are you? Tell us what you've been up to.
I'm just getting over COVID.
Yeah, I'm really sorry to hear about that. I only had it a couple of weeks ago myself. Apart from a slight cough, I'm pretty much recovered. How was it for you? Was it really bad? We won't dwell on it, but how was it? How did you get through it? That good. So basically, it's COVID. So he's got a cough. When I had it, I've still got a cough now, but some people have had it now. But I think you just got to have it. Just pick it.
Yeah.
Pick it up, get it, get through it, and then.
Well, I got it a couple of months ago. I went to an event, and my mate phoned me up last week and said, "Look, I've got it." So I had lateral flow tests. It was there, but I am getting better. I'm feeling a lot better, but it would have to come the week.
And you're going to do something.
All the hard work.
Yeah.
I'm meant to be stand-up comedy gigging tonight with a group of people. I put a lot of time and work in, and I had to send them a big message on WhatsApp, and a photograph of the lateral flow test, because it's like a lot of people drop out.
It's the timing.
Yeah, but people drop out of this at last minute because they don't want to go up there, and I do feel gutted, But what do I do? Go down there, infect everybody, and then one of them has an older relative, and then
gets really ill. Yeah, no, I know exactly.
Because I were down there, fucking breathing it all over everybody. Patient zero on the loose.
Prisoner zero has escaped, whatever. Yeah. It is very frustrating, as you say. Although you probably could go down there, then as you say. Yeah, you're going to think about the fact that you could be spreading it to other people. Somebody could get very ill, and then you're not going to be very popular if you killed Auntie Nora, are you?
Well, not really, no. Yeah. Getting a phone call, you killed my Auntie Nora. You're going to really need that one, aren't you?
No, it's not going to be a big hit with the comedy club, is it? No, it's almost like the Will Smith Oscars thing a couple of days ago.
Oh, that.
What a load of old bollocks that was. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. God, did you see that sickening speech he did?
When he won the Oscar?
When he got that his destiny is to become a vessel of love for humanity.
And he just smacked somebing in the mouth, yeah.
Very
bizarre.
Okay.
I don't know about you.
Because your wife's into swinging.
I don't know about you, but Will Smith I've always liked, but he has gone down.
Yeah, I like Will Smith. Well, she's into swinging, apparently. She's got one of them polyamorous names or whatever, And I watched a review where this guy was quite scathing with him, So he said, sort your marriage out, but apparently it's what they're into. So I don't know. And he's admitted, he said this. So, but it's... he slapped him, didn't he? I think
it wasn't a punch; it was a slap.
I think it was set up.
I thought that. Everyone says to me, "No, it's real," but I
was just how Chris Rock moved. It was how we moved.
I just thought it was weird. I thought the whole thing was weird. When I first saw it, I thought this is bullshit. I thought it was just set up.
Yeah,
but everyone's saying it was real, so I don't know. I think it was half set up. I think Will Smith saw the situation to make it as it was. And it wasn't quite, I don't know, it was really weird. The whole thing was quite surreal. And that's what, I'm not a big fan of the Oscars. I think the Oscars, I never like the films that are nominated. I hate all this self-congratulatory shit for films I'm never going to watch in the first place.
Well, he started crying. He gave his speech and started crying. Going on about that, he's a vessel for love. And
he wasn't crying, he was acting. That's what he's doing. He's acting.
Well, all right, it was
bullshit.
Acting
like him. Yeah.
Right, it was people that get paid to pretend to be other people. Right. He started crying and he said, "I'm here because I'm a vessel of love for humanity." And I was like, I'm going to get up on that stage and knock you out in a minute. Do you know what I mean? Because
some people are saying that he should have.
Puke bucket sat right next to me right now.
Well, he should have been escorted off the actual premises. He should have been taken away by security.
Well, he should have been. Well, they've condoned it, haven't they? They've condoned it. I don't condone violence in any form. I do not. But he should have been kicked out of there for that. I know he's defending his wife. I get that. Do you know what I mean? But the thing was, there is the scene where he is laughing at the joke and she's pulling his face.
He only reacts
that face she's pulling at him.
Because it's only when he sees her and the face that he's like, right, don't you say this about my wife.
Yeah, he's going to get a load of fucking grief for it. So that's right.
I mean, I didn't know that she was the one that was in the Matrix films. She was.
No, I didn't actually. I didn't know.
No, but she is. She's the one that was in the Resurrection as the older leader of the not Zion.
The new one. The new one.
Yeah, she was the one that was with Morpheus in 2, and then she split up with somebody else, and then we see her in 4 as the old lady who's still running the place.
Oh, is that her?
That's her. I've never seen anything else.
What has she been in?
Apart from the Matrix films, I don't know. Whatever she's been in, I've not seen.
I don't think I've seen her in anything.
No, she's in the Matrix film. 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4. But that's the thing I've seen.
I didn't even know that.
I didn't, but I kind of recognised. I thought, I think that's the woman from the Matrix, and of course.
Well, she's got alopecia, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's got alopecia, so her hair's falling out. Which is what
fair enough. I mean, of course, you're going to defend your partner.
Well, some people are saying Chris Rock just made a very insensitive comment, but even if he did, comedy is subject to individual interpretation.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah,
and the thing is, that's the thing. Humour is not kind of set in stone. We all have different forms of humour. We have different things, and also react differently to certain events that happen. And of course, like I said, Will Smith laughed it off until he saw his wife, and then he went.
I've watched the clip numerous times. When he cracks that joke, he's laughing. So is his family.
And then she looks pissed off, and then
it's Baldy, you know, and they're laughing, and she's pulling her face at him like, "Go, when we get home tonight, you're getting it."
G.I. Jane, isn't it? G.I. Jane, I think it was.
Yeah. Which really?
I don't understand. Is that a bald female doll like G.I. Joe?
G.I. Jane with
G.I. Joe is actually. I don't know. G.I. Joe is our action man, isn't he?
No, G.I. Jane was a film that came out in mid-90s.
Oh, I've not seen that. Never heard of it.
It's very good, actually. It's about the first woman that joins the Navy SEALs.
Okay.
She gets a load of stick because she's the first woman to join the SEALs. But she gets through, like trainings like the SAS and all that. And she comes through.
Okay.
And but she's got to have all her hair shaved off.
And that's where they got the I didn't know that. I thought it was something to do with the dolls of G.I. Joe.
Yeah, well, I still don't get what the really, how that's, from
was there a bit of an overreaction as well? I mean, big deal. I don't know.
I mean, look, you're going to defend your partner, aren't you?
But not the way
you're going to walk up on stage with 1 billion viewers.
I hope that it shows
Chris Rock.
I hope it shows the Oscars for the complete farce it has been for many years.
I don't watch it.
Outdated, redundant thing which has not been watched by many people since the 1980s. It's just not.
With this, I'm more concerned about Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis, why? What's up with him?
He's had to stop acting. He's got a brain thing.
You're joking. I'm a big fan. I like Bruce Willis.
He's had to stop. He's retired from acting. He's got I forgot what it's called now, but he's got something that's going to affect him for he's got this serious degenerative brain thing.
Oh, Jesus. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh,
now that to me is more important than fucking Will Smith.
Yeah, Will Smith and his wife's hair.
Then, you say, what did it for Will Smith, right? I respect the guy for sticking up for his wife. Fair enough.
That's why he did it.
Polyamorous marriage or what, that's their business. I'm on about that's his wife. Fair enough, I get that. Chris Rock, is he that important now? He's in and out. I mean, he ain't really in much now, is he really?
I've never really followed him. I know of him, but I've never seen him in his routine.
I Yeah, wasn't that him in Fifth Element? Is that DJ? That was Chris Rock.
Do you know what? Fifth Element is a film I've seen once before. I couldn't get into it. I need to see it again. Yeah, I couldn't get into Fifth Element. But it was a long time. I know Bruce Willis is in it.
You've surprised me there.
Yeah, but I might. I mean, it's one of those films that I might.
Have we
like
covered
to see
Fifth
now.
Element?
No, we haven't done that.
Do you want to do it then? I'd like to hear you. I'd like to hear what everybody I know adores that movie.
Well, look,
You're
we
the
need to
first
do.
person I've met that has
Well,
said
look, I'll tell
that
you
to
what.
me.
I want to do the Amiga Man coming up. We're gonna have a break soon.
Oh
for
God,
Easter.
yeah.
But
No.
yeah, we'll put it on the list. Put it on the shopping list or the podcast list. We'll do that one. Yeah, okay. I wasn't that mad when I saw it, but it was a long time ago.
Right. I'd like
But
to know.
I might like it now. I mean, I'm finally getting to like what's it called with Harrison Ford? Oh, what's the Harrison Ford?
Blade
film?
Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And I've always struggled with Blade Runner. I finally now I kind of quite like it, but it's always been a slow burn for me, that film.
Yeah, but Blade Runner. I mean, everybody knows about Blade Runner. I mean, I like it, but it's not like.
I
in
still
my
think it's a
top
bit
10
overrated.
Movie,
Yeah,
so
I
not
think
in
it's
my
a-
top- yeah, do you know?
No,
What I mean?
I don't think it's as grand as perhaps it's made out to be.
No,
I've
I
always
don't.
thought
I
that.
think it's far overrated for what. It is.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's
Exactly what I'm
me.
thinking.
That's
No,
real.
exactly
People
what I
won't
think.
agree with that.
I don't know.
I thought the sequel was good,
Yeah, the sequel's good, but I need, like I said, the original.
but
I think
it's
is
not
overrated.
one of the best films I've ever seen.
Not like Alien, is it, or Predator,
No.
or Jaws, or something. You know what I mean?
Got a bit of news on it, actually, which you might find.
Go for it,
interesting.
please. Let's go into it. What have you got?
All right, I'll tell you. You remember Vasquez?
Yes, who was in Generations as an Enterprise B crewman.
No, Aliens.
Oh,
you know,
Vasquez, no. Yeah, she was.
kick-ass,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. She.
When he says, "Are you a man?" and she goes, "Are you?"
No,
You know,
that's her.
she's
The
like,
actress. The actress who plays Vasquez was in.
Yeah, well, they're on
Generations.
about doing a prequel series about her character.
Oh, I don't know.
I'm quite interested in that. It'd be interesting.
What? Just on Vasquez, just a manly soldier. Who's
Well,
like
it's
in the-
probably about her joining the Colonial Marines unit or whatever, you know, in early days.
I don't know.
When do we
If
ever
we see
get much on
Aliens-
Colonial Marines? When I've always wanted a movie where Colonial Marines meet a predator. Do you know what I mean? I've always wanted that.
In the Alien franchise, though, are the Xenomorphs the only aliens that humanity have encountered?
No, there were another one, the Bug Hunt.
Oh, I don't know about them. Is that something which is like comic or something?
From what I read in graphic novel, they did come across some other species.
Oh, because that's what I'm saying. It would have to have some.
the one
interesting
intelligent, they're
antagonist.
like animals.
Okay.
There is other animals on other worlds, but there's nothing like intelligent so far as we know. But that was a bug hunt. They were hunting some creature down. I don't know if it was an alien. It wasn't as deadly as an alien. It was something on a colony. I remember
interesting.
reading up about it. Yeah, I don't know that much about it. I'd have to do a bit of research.
Well, we are sort of going into news. We'll do some news at the end, but let me ask you quickly: the Star Trek Picard and the Strange New Worlds has been releasing some trailers this week. Let's first ask you about Picard. Did you like episode 4?
Well, do you want to talk about that now or at the end?
I don't know. What would you? I mean, we normally do it at the end.
Actually, I quite like doing this first and then getting into it.
Well, we can chop and change. Let's start because I brought it up.
All right,
Let's talk about it.
Picard were exemplary. I'm sorry, some people, right? Some people thought it was a bit woke. I watched
No,
it.
it was all right. It wasn't too bad.
I loved it. I loved that entire episode. I think they're holding back on the Watcher business, which annoyed me, but I get why they're doing it.
I think we're going to see the watch of this episode 5.
Yeah, and I absolutely adored.
And there's some
Picard.
space program which is going to come up as well. There's some space.
And
thing.
what's going on with Q at the end?
Oh, how strange! Yes, and he couldn't click his fingers, and he was like,
Yeah, because he's trying to control her. That's Picard's relative, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. That would
Yeah.
explain it. So, yeah, pretty good. What do you think of the Strange New Worlds have been releasing these short trailers for each cast of the characters this week? We've seen about 4.
I've not seen them yet.
Oh, they're quite good. They're 30 seconds long. The
Right.
one I saw this morning was Hemmer, who's the Anar, the blind engineer. He looked really quite good. I think he's going to be a funny character. He reminds me a bit of Odo for some reason. So watch him. but we've seen two of the female crew. Oh, we've seen Uhura as well. So we've seen Uhura, Hema. I remember the him because I always think of MC Hammer, so I know it's Hema. And then we've seen the Khan Noonien Singh relative. She was there, and the other one with the weird razor cut by her up above her ears. And Spock has got the weirdest sideburns you've ever seen. It's literally, it looks like a line. It looks like there's an episode of Frasier where Martin dyes his hair and the dye trickles down his face because it's hot. And he looks like he's got it trickling down his face as a sideburn. His sideburns look really odd, Spock. So when you see them, check them out. I'll get used to it, but it's way too pronounced. And it's really long and stringy. And it's not like a point where it sort of goes like that. It sort of goes like a line. And that looks stupid. But whether they'll change it or whether it's just part of episode 1 to do with where they're making him look more like Spock in the cage, I don't know. But yeah, that's good. And obviously Picard is very good as well. Episode 5 is released today, but in the UK it's released tomorrow. So I'll probably see it tomorrow night for Friday. I tend to watch them on Friday nights. So how do you think it's going to go? What do you think is going to happen in episode 5?
Well, they're all saying it's the cats, aren't they?
The what? The cats?
Well, you remember Gary Seven? He had that
Oh, his
cat
cat.
from that woman. They're saying that's her, yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, it could be. I mean, we know
ISIS,
it's
ISIS, yeah. They're saying
ISIS.
that's
Yeah.
her,
Gary 7 ISIS. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be. I mean,
Interesting how it will Harris, won't it?
yeah. I just wonder how long they're going to be stuck in this bit. I mean, I know that a certain well-known actor is going to be appearing in the next episode, and you must know who's appearing in this episode. What actor? I'm not going to say because I'll just spoil it for you.
No, well, go on, tell me.
Well, Brent Spiner's going to be in this episode as Adam Sandler.
Yeah, I knew, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So we're going to see Brent Spiner back as
What's
another
he, another
member.
descendant of Noonien
Yeah.
Sung?
I think it's called Adam Sung.
Adam,
And
right.
we've seen so many Sungs now. They always look the same. I don't mind that though. But yeah, I mean, I know that Brent Spiner has something to do with whatever causes the change in the timeline. So
What if they do it where, because Picard's now a cyborg? Let's
Oh,
call
he's-
him a Cylon then, right?
you're right.
What if he finds out that Picard is, and that inspires him, his descendants to create data? I will be so annoyed if they do that.
Well,
Could do
they've
that,
done
they
so
could do
well. They could do that. I mean, like I said, they've done very well. I mean, we're almost halfway through season 2 of Picard. Like I said, I'm after the Discovery stuff, and the Discovery, like I said, it's still the weakest of all the new stuff. But let's just be cautious. I'm not going to get too excited about all this new stuff coming on. But it certainly is interesting the directions they're talking about. It could well go. Yeah, I'd like to see some more cameos from other actors in Star Trek as well at some point. I'd love to see an older Janeway again. That'd be great if she could come in and just do a one day's filming in Los Angeles where she's on the bridge of like on the view screen or something. When they go back to the 25th century now, I'd like to see that. But yeah, let's just see how it goes. I mean, like I said, it's going very fast. But yeah, let's just hopefully it works. Let's not, you really just go with Discovery. You're really disappointed about that. So hopefully they don't mess up again with Picard. But who knows?
Well, what did you think to the teleport thing at the end?
What, the square teleport smoky thing? Yeah, but that was obviously a callback to Gary 7 and the smoky thing from the. Yeah, I mean it's interesting. It's the thing is, you see, really with Picard, you really want to binge it. You don't want to wait a whole week because a week is a long time, and
it is. I mean, we could watch it today. That will be online somewhere today.
Oh yeah, but I'm going to watch it. I think I'm going to watch it tomorrow night.
I'm going to watch it Saturday. So
yeah.
But it's. I've got to admit, I'm very, very impressed with it, and they've got it right. I just hope we're at the halfway point as of this week, and that's where it gets dangerous now. We've had 4 exemplary episodes so far, and now we're at number 5. But then I've given it like the final point is episode 7. where the final three, where you start building into momentum of what's going on, is it all going to go down the toilet? We're at stage 5 now. We're in the 2-part thing that's going to take it in that direction. It's either going to get better or it's going to get worse. So,
well, I wonder how long they're going to be stuck in the 21st century for.
I think they should be out of there by next week, episode 6.
And the Sanctuary District were included. It was so good. It was mentioned on the bus, and we saw some signs saying the Los Angeles Sanctuary District, and there was one on the border where they're taking. Is it Rios? Yeah, really good. Lovely to see. Lovely continuity. Jackson Roy Kirk's memorial thing was there on one scene as well. Even Chris Brinner, who was in past tense,
the Punk, good on him. Good on him.
And the Punk as well, yeah. So it's a very.
Yeah. I'm sorry, man. I'll turn it down.
Yeah, because you remember the first time, right? Although people are saying, well, you shouldn't remember that now because Kirk technically wouldn't have gone in the past, and Scott wouldn't have. Who cares? It's just a fun.
Yeah. Now the question is, did Times Arrow it? Did it happen?
No, it didn't. That's why Guinan didn't remember Picard. That's the whole point. Because I was sorry about that.
What did you think to her playing Guinan?
I was disappointed. I
really. I thought.
Yeah, I don't know, but we've seen Guinan in the 19th century. I know that they couldn't do it for the de-aging thing, which is expensive. But I personally, it's not against the actress, but it's just that Guinan has always been Whoopi Goldberg. Although once she was played by a kid in the episode Rascals, where they
yes.
But I nothing against the actress, but I just felt that in some ways either have Guinan with Whoopi Goldberg with some explanation why she was older, or not feature her at all in the past because she's not the Watcher. So I don't know how integral she is to the story. So I'm got mixed feelings about it in some ways. I'm getting used to it, and now I've realised that the Times Arrow Guinan has not met Picard, but this Guinan, although she's got some small recollection of Picard because she can still sense different timelines, and I think that's the way they're going, which I think is quite good. But I don't know. I hate it when a character you've seen being played by the same actor for the last 30 years, and suddenly I don't know. It didn't work. Are you okay with it? You sound like you're okay with it, what you said.
I didn't have a problem with it. I thought, I knew she'd be there, but it's. I thought, well, they can't bring her back unless they put the money into de-age her, But
I don't think they can. I mean, in Star Wars they can do that, but I don't think.
I think they spent that budget on Q, didn't they? So.
Well, yeah, there's literally for one scene, but also they didn't do deepfake. That was CGI. In Star Wars, they're using this new deepfake from YouTube, the guy that does it on YouTube, which I think is a lot cheaper and it's a lot better than making CGI.
I cancelled my Disney subscription.
Why?
Well, because it's gone up to £80.
What was it before?
I'm paying 50.
Oh God! Why is it such a steep? That's a big increase.
I don't know. It went up. No, it went up. No. Well, last year, during pandemic, they offered me what was it, 50 quid for a year. So I went for it.
Oh, so you went with the cheaper
it worked
thing.
Pandemic, And,
yeah.
And to be honest, the only thing I watch on it,
the Star Wars stuff.
Is the Star Wars stuff, and it's like I'm paying £8 a month, just to watch an episode at Mando every week.
That's it.
And. Well, it went up to 50. Last year I paid 59. Well, this year I got the. Well, I meant to pay it tomorrow. I got the bill saying we're going to take. So I cancelled it. It was £80. Yeah, it gone, and I sat back. I thought, well, I'm not paying you 80 quid a year.
No.
Just to watch. One program.
It's one program, and the thing is, though, I'm not condoning online stuff, but the thing is that if you know where to look, it's all out there for you to watch for free online. So,
but it's a lot of money, I cancelled
it. For one program, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
If they gave you a physical copy, like a Blu-ray as well, so you watch the Mandalorian,
it could have been worth it.
And then it's worth it because you got this is the thing about online stuff. I mean, I know that most of my stuff now is digital, but then it's also so it's still mine. But it's like streaming. They could take it off. Even Spotify with music and stuff. I mean, like the guy I promote on my channel, apparently on Spotify, his albums are gone, and people saying it's been taken down. And I said, well, this is. I didn't say it to this guy, but I thought generally that this is the problem, that unless you've got a physical copy of a film or music, like CD or Blu-ray, or you've got a digital copy which is on your hard drive, which is yours, MP4, MP3, MKV, then it can go. And it's like someone coming into your house, taking your favourite movie, saying, "Oh no, we haven't got the rights anymore. We've got to take it off your shelf," and walking out your house with your movie.
Well, I'm keeping Amazon, but I got rid of Netflix, and I don't watch them.
No,
I only pop into what if a new series comes out. I mean, I'll watch it, and that's it. But apart from that, I mean, most of the films on there I've got on a hard drive or I've got on physical media.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And then Amazon have the same stuff as Netflix on their streaming site. So I put the cost of it all together. It was 250 quid a year.
Really mounts up, doesn't
That's
it?
for all free. So I decided.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, isn't it? Really? Yeah. I mean, 250 quid. You know. So I mean, last time I watched Netflix was over 6 weeks ago. I don't even go in there.
I never watched
And I'm
Netflix.
paying it every month. So I cancelled that, and then when Disney said it's $79.99, I thought no, because the only time I watch it, I'll watch. I mean, they've got that Moon Knight thing started. I'm not that bothered about that. But
it's Halo.
Like
Which one's Halo on?
I don't say Halo. I think it's.
I'm thinking about trying. Because I know it's based on the game. I've never played the game. I'm not a gamer.
No, the game's very good.
I might try it. I mean, because like I said,
it's worth it. It's worth a bash.
Yeah,
but I think that's on Amazon. Okay, but it's like so. What we get Obi-Wan in May, so I'm paying £80 a year to watch one episode of that a week. And when that's
for 6
finished,
weeks, there'll be nothing for 2 months.
There'll be nothing for about 2-3 months until next thing comes along.
And then yeah, I know what you're saying. I mean, this is why they're trying to step up and make more and more stuff. This is why both the Star Wars and Star Trek franchises are going flat out trying to make new stuff. And this is good for us, but it's not if you want to pay for it and watch it legally online with these.
Well, it's like there was some like Spider-Man, Spider-Man Far From Home. I know there's digital copies out there now, but it's on Amazon. It's 15 quid to watch it.
A lot of money, yeah.
That you could, I could go down to Computer Exchange or FOP or HMV and buy that and own it and walk out and own it.
Yeah, I mean, I still physically
you
like.
Know what I mean?
I also like your shelves with all your films, so you can see all your films.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm still buying.
I like all that. Yeah, I mean, I think I've got a load of shelves with stuff. I never watch them. I watch digital copies of all my films now.
Well, it's easy. I mean, I've been watching Blake 7 this week, and
I do want to see Blake. So I tell you what I'm watching at the moment, and I'm really enjoying it. I watched it up to about season 5. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's very good drama, and I'd recommend you you might not fancy it, The Walking Dead.
No, my mate's obsessed with that. He knows everything about it.
Have you ever tried it?
I got up to season 4. That was.
Okay. So you're seeing. Okay, fair enough. Because I got up to season 5, then I stopped. But this time I decided to go right through, and I actually think it's quite a sound series. It's quite a good drama.
No, I've heard. I'm not knocking it. I've heard it's meant to be spectacular. And
The
final season has been split into 2 parts, hasn't it?
I know they're doing the last season now. I don't know whether it's
and I think there's a film going to the cinema, and in the like numerous spin-off series.
There's a Fear the Walking Dead as well, and I think it's the 3rd one.
Yeah.
So it's a big sort of universe, but I think it's quite sound. It's more drama than sci-fi, but it's definitely worth watching. I think.
Yeah.
It's just got some great characters, and there was a great episode in season 1 where they go into this lab and they have this scientific thing of the electrical impulses in the brain. And then when you die, if you've been bitten, and then of course the brain goes inert, and then the virus somehow stimulates the brain and makes your muscles move and get up, even though you're dead, and seek food because it's a way for the virus to spread. Because if you bite someone who's living, then it's a weird thing, but for me it works.
Well, apparently, according to Craig's, the aliens have done it.
Have they?
Well, that's what I read. Yeah, it's all part of they released it on Earth, and that was it. I mean, that's what I read. I mean,
what from The Walking Dead? It's aliens.
It's aliens released the virus. I mean, that's rumored. Yeah.
Okay.
So that they kill out the human race and then
They
obviously-
take over or something. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna keep watching it, but that's the one
Yeah.
thing I've watched. Right. Shall we go into our? I mean, I don't think there's any news at the end of the actual.
No, I think we've covered it. I think
Yeah.
that's,
So let's. We're doing things this way around this week, so it's fine. So let's go into viewing this Focus of the Week. Here we go.
It's the
Solar Sci-Fi.
focus of the week.
All right, so we've been talking about this briefly, but Martin told me recently that he got a box set of seasons 1 to 3, and I think last week I talked to you, and you were really kind of like hyped up because you were watching season 1. You say, "Oh, this is really good," and I said to Martin, of course, that season 2 and 3 it's not quite the same. Now, Martin, if you haven't seen his reviews, the show already on his YouTube channel by the Gods of Science Fiction, check it out. So this is our additional review from both of us. So as you've just seen it, fresh face, as it were, tell me what you thought of the Under the Dome. What do you think of it?
under the dome.
Under the Dome.
I'd like to hear your opinion on it first.
You want to hear my opinion first? All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, do.
I think the first season, and again, this goes back to your review, was very solid. It had some great characters in it. And it had a very interesting concept of this ordinary town that kind of just gets literally cordoned off. And of course, it had some great, interesting characters. Now, I was trying to think of the actual characters in here. Because we had a character called Junior, was this guy who, all I remember is that the first half of the season, he's got his girlfriend captured or caught in a basement or something. And he's Jim's son. And I can't even remember what that was all about. Then we had some other characters, like we had a radio DJ, we had other characters of Chester's Mill. But all I know is that at some point they do find an egg or something in the middle of the actual show, and it's connected to the dome. But to answer your question generally, I thought the series, I don't know why, but if they had just made one season in the standard that it was, it would have definitely been a real classic, like your could have been a classic. But all I know is that the second and third seasons, I know that at one point some of them get out and then they're trying to get back in, and there's all sorts of weird stuff that happens. I actually can't even remember how it ended. I know that the dome eventually comes down, I think in the last episode, but it just kind of, for me, it just fell apart. It had a great, interesting concept. I know it's based on a Stephen King novel, which I've not read.
I've read it.
But it just felt to me like it had a great concept, some interesting characters, but it just sort of spiraled down into a bit of a mess. That's my initial review of the show.
Right, this is where I come in for the kill now. Right.
Okay, go on.
This is judgment.
Okay,
Right.
I'm shaking.
Right,
I'm nervous.
right,
Go on.
right. I reviewed this, and I am really annoyed because part of me wanted to shove it down the toilet of eternity.
I was going to say shove it down my throat. Then I thought you were going to beat me up.
No, no. I reviewed it, and I went into all the back history of it, and I didn't know whether to shove this down the toilet or put it through.
Okay.
So I've got the shelf of eternity where it gets put
It's
on
on
there.
the fence. Yeah. Okay.
It's on, and because of the first season and what this is based on, I couldn't shove it down the toilet of eternity. I had to put it on the shelf of eternity
Yeah.
because it is completely right in the book. Right, it's the same story. It's set the town Chester's Mill. They're all fucking each other over. Big Jim Rennie takes over the town. Then the air starts running out. The aliens are experimenting on them, pushing them, and all this. And there's a big fight in the town towards the end of the book. And Barbie, same character. They go to this place at Middle at Dawn, whatever. I haven't read it in years, and it's alien children playing with them.
Right. Okay.
It's the ant farm analogy, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's all about human paranoia and all that. I'm the top dog. and all secrets coming out and fucking each other over, and then the hero, and all all the standard secrets of the town. But in the background, you've got the overall story, which is the dome over the thing.
Yeah.
It's aliens. Barbie has to explain to this alien kid that we are sentient beings like you. You've got no right to do this. And the alien kid says, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have done it. Turns it off. Because other alien kids, they won't say, they think it's funny. But she turns it off because she feels guilty. And that's it. That's basically it. 90% of the town gets murdered because of propane explosion. That's in the book, right? Now the series... First series is fantastic.
Yes.
I watched it in one day, and I was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you had the standard tropes. Everybody, you've got Jim Rennie's weird son that kidnaps the girl.
That's it. Yeah, that's right.
Gains her up in bunk. It's all fucking insane. Dale Barbie's character, he's an enforcer that kills her husband, but he ends up in bed with her. Secrets in the town that Jim Rennie's keeping it going through drug money. That's why they want all the propane.
The actual, yeah.
And there's all these things going on. Then the four chosen that have a destiny with the dome.
Yeah.
And then we get the holographic images of, we're here to help you. We're here to protect you. Them somebody back from the dead. And then when you get to and all that, all right, it's the standard stuff. And then you get little hints every 3 episodes of some bit more about the dome.
Slowly sort of trickling the information along.
Yeah. And it works wonderfully. And then at the end of it, they're going to hang Barbie because that Jim Rennie's gone around killing everybody, right? Right. And then and as the girl that comes out of the river, who's Barbie's sister from 1988.
That's right.
And then we get into season 2. And it ends up.
I can't remember what happens in season 2 and 3.
Season 2 was just about half of it is different. And then they get out of the dome and we get into the old corporate conspiracy.
I remember the corporate bit was boring. I couldn't get into that bit.
It was pointless. It went nowhere. Apparently,
right.
In 1988, some asteroids landed on Earth, and there was eggs in each asteroid. Some were broke, some survived. And these eggs now it makes sense for an alien invasion.
Mm-hmm.
You need a beachhead. So these aliens. Now what were interesting, this is where it could have gone somewhere. Now what were interesting, logically, if you need a beachhead, you get an area where you can build your forces.
Yeah.
So they create an impenetrable barrier, right? And then, of course, we're getting the butterfly mythos everywhere. This is about rebirth and all that. That's obvious.
Yeah.
And we're running through season 2, and they get the egg back because the dome's acting weird and all this. And the girl gets killed, and they end up in season 3. They end up in an alternative reality like a Matrix, where everybody's having a perfect life because the dome's contracting. They all escape.
I remember it's smaller. It's getting smaller. I remember that.
Yeah,
it's bits of it I remember. But I just can't remember. It turned into a mess. It just got really messy.
And then I think Jim Rennie gets destroyed, and then out of the cocoon they all wake up. And they haven't been infected fully. And then the woman who Barbie met in the other reality got her pregnant. She's there. And this other woman who's a scientist, she's the queen.
That's
and it
right.
comes they're called the kinship, and it's fucking invaders of the body snatchers.
Yeah.
And every week, it said at the beginning, and this week it's the enemy from within, because we've had paranoia. We've had fucking each other over season. And the secrets. Now it's the enemy within. And then we're getting people from outside popping in through that dude's back garden, right? Right. I'm not making this shit.
No, I know.
There's Barbie's fucking dad shed, right, in his garden, leads them into Dome. Because he had a daughter in 1988, found an asteroid with 4 other people, and they got infected.
That's
right?
it. Yeah.
And then years later, the scientist woman that comes back from the other reality, her and the other woman who Barbie got pregnant in, activate the dome accidentally, and then it begins. So the process. Then we find out the aliens had to leave their planet because somebody came in and took their planet off them. So basically, they did a runner, so somebody conquered them, right? So we'll just leave that in the corner at the moment. Load of running about every episode, and this week it's The Enemy Within, and it's like there is this suddenly Jim Rennie, who was a psychopathic nutter, changes because they killed his wife, who got back in the dome, who he thought were dead, and she'd been painting pictures, and he turned against it and went on a one-man war, which just did not suit anything, right? And then Barbie is infected, and you can stop them from taking us over through emotion. And then there's old Jim Rennie's son, him that were a bit weird.
Yeah, the psycho, yeah.
He dies at the end. His own dad kills him because it's
I remember. Yeah.
That were all pointless. That went nowhere. Well, it was just pointless. And then the corporation people, they're in there through the garden shed. They're in there, you know.
It's like Good Night Sweetheart or something, isn't it? When they sort of go down the passage.
I mean, be careful of your garden shed, you know.
I know. I'm going to look at mine when I finish this
I'm
podcast.
telling you know. So
I'll make sure I look at.
Then it comes out that they're trying to create this new queen, and it's Barbie's kid, and she's born, and she's running about, and the old queen gets done. Then Dome starts turning to stone because they haven't got
it's bloody energy or something, isn't it?
The energy, because Jim,
I remember that bit. Yeah,
that he destroyed the device that were meant to crack the dome open, so they all could get out and propagate, like. However, but then there's all the militaries there. So really, when Dawn comes down, they all get caught anyway, except the Queen. And then there's like they get out of the dome. The military goes straight in, arrest everybody, and then you think Barbie's not the new Queen. She falls down the shaft, and that's it. And it's like 6 months later, there's Barbie sat in a room with this general, and this general's going, "You can never reveal what happened in this town about aliens.
Don't you tell anybody ever again."
And he sat there going, "Well, you know, we said we can't admit to having aliens on American soil." That's what he said. So, like, he agrees with it, and then he walks out. Now, the rest of the town that have been infected, they're all put in a secret prison camp, right, locked up forever, right? And then that teenage girl that's got the boyfriend, she joins the army to get in there to find him, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm sat there and thinking, are you fucking stupid? A fucking impenetrable dome, right, comes over a city in America, right, or a town. Nothing can get. They drop the most powerful bomb on it. It doesn't affect.
Doesn't do anything. That's the thing, yeah.
And you're in an office a year later, 6 months later, saying, well, we blame the corporation. They did it. What? Created an impenetrable fucking dome, right? And you've got this, like, invasion of the body snatcher army in there. So we're left at that. And then obviously he's in love with her, and it's all after on a motorbike cruising across America. And, like, they get caught out by all these zombies, and guess who's in charge of a secret fucking organisation to hunt down the Queen, because she's still alive and she's been spotted. And you jump to her, there's an egg, and she says, soon I'm going to be coming back and making another fucking dome so we can all start again.
All over again.
And he's going, we're setting up an organisation to hunt these fuckers down, and that's it. And it was just, it was terrible.
Yes.
All right, you got all your answers. You got all your answers, but it was a fucking mess.
I know.
And I sat there and I thought, oh my God, this is getting worse.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say this. This is why I was interested, because I knew how excited you were with the first season.
Now,
and I thought,
there was one good scene in it, which I found quite impressive. The episode where they're in the dome and asteroids are hitting the world outside.
Yes, that's right. I remember that one.
And basically, it's like, this is what's coming to your world.
Barrier. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And, you know, but it was all an illusion, you know, which I found that interesting. So is that coming to our? Because she said there's more of us coming. That's what she said. So I mean, where do we stand? So what's season 4? So I mean, the absolute shite of season 3, right? Where it went nowhere. Right,
yeah.
It was just pointless. I mean, an invasion of the fucking body snatchers.
Except the invasion of the body snatchers was much better. That's the problem.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. I would never knock that. That was classic. Now I alien invasion for. Now, how I'd have done this, the dome, obviously, the dome is the key. I'd have had one alien in the town amongst the community,
Yeah.
and he's like a manipulator. And what they're doing is the other aliens are there, they're building resources, and they need your bodies or whatever. But they in the dome, in the time that they've got, the how do you say, experimenting on the human condition before they, they want to know how we will react to an invasion from them. And
Right.
I'd bring up all the terrifying paranoia shit and all that, the ghosts and the dome's giving you I'd go down all that path. But in one episode, I'd have this dude or woman go to a place in Chester's Mill and the door opens and she goes in there and there's all these like cameras and alien shit. And she's manipulated because they're trying to, before they invade, that when they bring the dome down, they're all going to come out and try and take over. And it's about an experiment in terror to see how we would react
How
to
they
it.
actually deal
You
with
know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they could have gone down that path and give it an excellent ending where Barbie stops it. But then we got this, and it were great knowing the answers by episode 3. We got everything.
That's right.
And I thought then every week it was just them in the town. I mean, there was a scene there's a scene.
More like a soap opera, wasn't it? At some point.
There's a scene with son, that Jim's son. Him, I couldn't do with him anymore by this time.
Yeah, you got a bit much,
He's
didn't
one-
they? Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of the kinship and is going, well, since the dome's turned into stone, we will have to sacrifice some of the kinship so the others can live. And they lined up about 40 pensioners, right? I know, right? I'm not making this shit up, right? And marched them all into fucking river to drown,
Don't
They
ruin that
did.
bit.
right? And then they queued up a load of the school kids,
Oh, great.
and they were going to send out school kids in. But that Julia, the Queen, she'd been turned human again because something happened to her.
Yeah,
Because
this
apparently
is what I'm
emotion
saying.
gets-
I've
emotion gets
lost
rid
it.
of them.
I can't remember half of this. I do remember the first season, but it's one of those things that you can tell it's not very good if you can't remember how it finishes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And it said-
I mean, there's a lot of death. I mean, first season works wonderfully. No, it does.
Yeah.
First season, they've got it's very lost. But
Yes.
then when they're all running around outside Dome, it's second season with Corporation after them and all this.
That's when it started to go wrong.
I thought. Now, and then Corporation are popping it. They're sending people in through Garden Shed. Garden
So-
Shed?
So how was this from the original book? How different was it?
Oh, totally different. I'd
the book
say
better?
the first season. I'd say the first season is more to the book, with the human situation.
So what happened in the book then?
The book, it's the ant farm analogy.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Yeah, you did say that.
Yeah, it's alien kids, so beyond us playing. They think it's.
So
like-
would
it's
you
like
like it? Would you like to have seen it more?
It's
the
the
actual
it's
book
the
version?
it's the rat in the maze, isn't it? That's what it is basically.
Yeah, yeah.
The
It's
first
weird.
season, I'd say, is nearer to, but with the human drama. I
And
think
then obviously,
something. The
then it
characters
sort of
are quite
splits off.
similar.
Okay.
But
yeah.
and then we get it's only 400 pages is the book, it's only small,
Yeah.
so you can read it in possibly.
I never get a chance to read books.
I don't anymore. I don't. I read Wikipedia. It's a shame now because
Yeah, I just haven't got the time to sit there to read books.
no,
And
I'd rather
especially
if
these
I-
things
if
I'm
I-
watching.
I just
And that's
rather
a shame.
read plot synopsis on Wikipedia.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You look at Wikipedia, and I've got it in front of me here for today's thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it says on here. Actually, I was just going to read this out. Actually, it said one thing about it. It said this is about the actual show as it was when it was released. It said Under the Dome was an instant success for the network. It was
what?
on. The premiere was in June 2013, broke the record for the most watched summer drama premiere on any television show since 1992. The show continued to enjoy high viewership ratings throughout its first season. By the second and third seasons, the series had significant declines in live viewerships. Initially, Under the Dome had a positive critical reception, which changed into mixed reviews as the series progressed. So basically, what you're saying is pretty much sounds like what the reviewers have said. They kind of agree with what you've said.
Yeah, no, first seasons. That's why when I put it into it could have been a classic. That's why I didn't have the art to do it.
No, it's strange, isn't it?
Because the first season, as a one-off season, I think is exemplary. I really do think the paranoia. I know, look, we've seen it all before, but I thought the first season, because what a concept! This dome that just gets put over a town, everybody goes insane inside, and there's some malevolent force in the background. You're not going to find out till basically the end of the series.
It's only 39 episodes long. Apparently, it's 13 episodes per season for 3.
Yeah, $3 million an episode.
The average viewers millions in the States when it was shown was season 1, it got 11.21 million. Season 2, 7.17 million. And season 3, 4.70 million. So it had plummeted with ratings.
They did it with a series Our Very Dead. It was out, I think it was out just either after or at the same time. Have you ever seen Falling Skies?
I have, and I like it, but it's another series that I need to watch again. That went on about 5 seasons.
Yeah, it did. Now that was great. It was fantastic. That was great until the final couple of the 5th season was just a shit for all.
Really? Yeah, because I like that. I like Falling Skies, which I show we should actually review at some point. That's another good one.
Yeah, but it was same ending. When we finally got to why the aliens attacked the Earth and why all this suffering had gone on, and then we got all the answers in 1 hour, and it was pointless. I did a massive. I got a lot of views on that review. I made it a few years ago. A lot of people agreed with me because it was absolute shite. It was set up 6 months after the invasion. It worked because it was very human drama, and the aliens were weird because they used like kids as like alien agent, and they made it creepy. You know what I mean? I remember that little girl knocking on the door, and she's an alien, you know, and she's funny. I never forgot that scene. One at Resistance hiding in this like flat. And there's this little girl at the door, but her eyes are glowing. She's a fucking alien. And it finished there, and it really freaked you out. It had that, you know.
That sort of feel about it, yeah.
And then we got to season 5 after him and his destiny and all this. The only reason they invaded our planet and destroyed it was because 3,000 years ago, the Queen's daughter landed on Earth to conquer it, and a load of cavemen murdered her. I'm not making it up. No, that is what happens in Falling Skies. That is why and she pissed her off. So 5,000 years later, she turned up on Earth and conquered it because of what we did. And we did her with bows and arrows and swords. Earth landed in a big spaceship, and basically Bronze Age man attacked her with that sword and spears. I mean, come on. And that was it. 5 years of investing in that.
That's what I hate about the shows like that, when they mess up. That's what's so annoying.
And that,
you know, you want a good payoff. Yeah, I know.
And the payoff for Under the Dome was at that level.
Yeah. Well, look, I think pretty much sort of like time to wrap it up. But I'll just say that it's a shame that it's in many ways, in some ways, it might have been better if it just actually ended on a cliffhanger in season 1. And it got cancelled and stuff like that.
Because it had got cult status then.
Yeah, but it's lost it because of the way it spiraled down, and it really did plummet. And it's always amazing to me that when they start off with something which is so solid, how all the people who are doing it, unless it got different producers and people in the background were taken over, how it can lose it. You know, I know shows do often move executive producers and directors and script writers, and whether that happened with this, even though, because you already said that the first season was the strongest in respect to the actual original Stephen King novel. So then it went its own direction and it lost it, which is annoying. Why not just stick to I know why they didn't, but I just think it's a shame.
I mean, you could have done one season where you could have just done a one-off season where they did go to find these alien kids and say, look, you shouldn't be doing this.
No.
You know, and that'd make it one season with that type of, if they'd have replicated the book, it would have worked. The irony. I know I respect them for trying something different. Now, season 2 is not bad. It's not bad. It's bearable. You don't get.
I just remember it lost it as it went on. Yeah, I do remember it lost it as I kept watching it. Yeah.
And again, the corporate conspiracy. I'm sick of corporate conspiracies because they never. 90% of the time they go nowhere. You know, the man in the room with the suitcase shutting the documents up, and it finishes, and you're like, oh, what's that? Who were them? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You sat there, and then just at the end of the episode, there's a corridor, and the door, and a man, and the laptop, and there's something document that says Omega Project. And you're like, oh, what's that? And the guy looks a bit creepy. And then it finishes, and you're like going, fucking hell, look, what's going on here?
And then it doesn't do anything. Yeah.
Yeah. And then season
what's the point of that?
Well, season 3 were Invasion at Body Snatchers. Now, strategically, if you're an alien force and you come into Earth, you would create an area where you could build your forces, create an impenetrable dome, and do what you're going to do inside, then crack it and come out and conquer planet.
Yeah.
But how were that lot going to conquer it? I mean, there's a scene where they're marching loads of pensioners into the river. The kinship. You know, all of it.
I have to say, I'm quite keen to see that scene, actually, because I might find it quite funny. But there we go.
Well, I think it'd be good if you did something with that scene, actually. I think it's episode 11.
Episode 11, season 3.
Season 3, yeah. And
well,
then
if I tell you what,
they've got 40 kids already to walk into the river
if
to
I
drown.
can find it, I'll have it in the corner when I do my editing. You'll see it in the box.
Yeah, I would look forward to seeing that.
I can't promise. I can't promise.
No.
If it's episode 11, I'll have a look.
I wouldn't let you sit through it. I wouldn't want you to suffer season 3. I can't do that to you. I've had to sit through it, and I wouldn't put it on you.
No.
It's best that you don't remember it.
I think it's worth a review, though. I think the show in general is definitely worth a review.
Oh, yeah,
especially
I think it is.
1.
Yeah, and that's why. Could you put it down the toilet of eternity, or would you put it on the shelf?
There's only 2 options, the shelf or the toilet. I mean, is there like a middle ground where it's kind of like...
The shelf. So you can either put it through with applause,
it's on the shelf then.
Toilet,
I wouldn't show it. Yeah, it's
or
on
because
the
of
shelf,
season 1.
Yeah.
Because of season 1.
But if it had been cancelled after season 1, then it would be put through.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's the way, like a bit like Space Above and Beyond, or those sort of shows.
Yeah.
It's like a 1 season wonder kind of thing. So
yeah, but that'd
Martin.
pass.
So it's an interesting one. I'm glad, and also the guy that played it, Jim. Of course, he was in Breaking Bad as well. Was it Jim?
Oh, was he in Breaking Bad then?
Yeah, he was the guy that was the brother. How was it? I can't remember. He was in it. He was a detective. He was the one who was trying to track down. You've seen Breaking Bad, though. You must have seen Breaking Bad.
I've seen some of it, not all of it.
You should really seriously. If you want a good drama,
I don't know. I'd seen that Some Call Me Sal.
I've seen it twice. And I actually think it's literally one of the best dramas I've ever seen.
Right.
I would put it so on a high shelf.
That means if you recommend it, then
I'm amazed you've not seen it. Seriously, watch it. You will. It's not a sci-fi genre, but it's so solid. It is so strongly acted. And it has a fantastic resolution. I promise you, if you're willing to invest your time, you will thank me when you've seen the whole thing. You will love it. It's really really
I'll add that to the.
To
the list.
No, seriously, we could even do a special about it at some point if you really like it. Definitely.
Oh yeah, Crossroads defeated me.
You bought these DVDs, didn't you, or something?
I did, yeah.
Oh my God, how many episodes did you get through before you gave up?
I don't want to admit that.
15.
No more than that.
Oh God, I don't know, 45.
About 50.
50 episodes.
Yeah, well, they're only like 15 minutes long, aren't they? It was set with the 70s with Meg Mortimer and Sandy. Yeah, but all that.
Was Benny in it? Was Benny?
Oh yeah, Benny's in it. Benny loses his wife. I watched the entire fucking saga of Benny losing his wife, and I was sat there suffering with COVID, thinking, "What the fuck am I doing?"
Oh God!
And they're getting traded in at CX. I can't handle Crossroads anymore. I can't.
How many episodes do they make? How many episodes have you actually got to watch? 50.
There's about 6,000. I'm not fucking sitting through.
You haven't got 6,000 episodes, have you?
Yeah, but I'm fascinated by David Hunter.
Oh, he was the sleazy guy that was the manager, wasn't he, or something?
Well, yeah, but his suits are so perfect. Even when he sat at home, like, having a bit of downtime, he's still dressed immaculately. He's like in middle class clothing of.
But his clothes
V-neck
never
jumper
folded.
Yeah, everything's so perfectly folded, manicured.
Yeah,
Even when he's getting ready for bed, he's still wearing a tie.
Oh yeah, he sits with
I mean, yeah, just like, well.
He has his
how's
tie when he has a
doing it?
bath. He does, when he has a bath, he has his bloody shirt on.
Yeah, I mean, so perfectly. And there's one episode where they put him in a pair of jeans, and I got annoyed about it. I thought, you're David fucking Hunter. What are you doing wearing jeans? I need to. And I mean, I fancied Miss Diane because she just
I
went
can't remember what she looks like
there were
now.
no tomorrow. She were having all these disasters. I'm not one talking about fucking Crossroads.
I know, but you
anymore.
brought it up. I talk about Brookside.
Well, I
I'm still
did
watching that.
because I admire you for watching,
No, Brookside's different though. Brookside, it's such a mix. It's not just a pure soap. It's got comedy, it's got drama. It's I like the setting of it. I've always had an affinity.
So's Crossroads.
Yeah, I know. I don't know, but maybe it's because it's new. I mean,
Could we finish with dum do 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 dum?
copyright. I've tried you before. They've about the music.
What, they've
aren't they?
copyrighted the bloody music to Crossroads?
Well, actually, last time I put it on in the background really quietly. I'm not going to risk it because I'm going to get. I don't want to get advertising for bloody Crossroads when we were doing a sci-fi show about the Under the Dome.
We covered Brookside.
We haven't done. We haven't done Brookside. We've done Alvida Sempet. We haven't done Brookside.
All right, yeah. No.
But we've got to do that. Yeah, we will do Brookside.
And that's for Easter, isn't it, Brookside?
Oh, well, no, next week. Now, I was going to say about this actually because we're going to wrap up. Now, as far as I know, the guys in Portsmouth Comic Con, do you remember they said that they wanted to be on next week? I'll talk about this after we finish recording. But hopefully next week we'll have them on board just to talk. And we're also going to talk about the fifth era Doctor Who era. Just because it features the Sea Devils, which is partly because the episodes where they featured, and of course they're coming back. That was filmed in Portsmouth along the sort of like near the Isle of Wight area. So I could bring that along. And that's why I was sort of tying it in with the subject. So we'll try and see about that. Let's see if it works out. If not, then I might have a break for a couple of weeks because Easter's coming up. I'm going to go away for a little while.
I'm actually thinking about going away for a few days.
I need to top up my batteries. So we'll be back next week, and then after that we'll have a break. I think we'll have 2 weeks off if that's all right with you. I know it's 2 weeks, but I really want some time out.
Yeah, because there's things I'd like to.
And then maybe we'll come back with the Iniga Man or something. I would love to do that when we come back.
I agree. We've been out this since January, mate.
Yeah, we've not. And I mean, we've got enough of the poster. Martin's already very kindly said to me he's going to do another T-shirt, and I'm going to do a poster.
I've not downloaded the idents. I've only just got online today.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
I'm going to get all that sorted tomorrow.
And I'm going
sometime next week you'll have your 100.
Yeah, the 108 episodes. Yeah, technically.
Yes. Ident, yes.
Idents, thumbnails.
Yeah.
So, and you'll get, when I've done it, which hopefully will be over Easter, I'll get the poster done, and then I'll post it over to you, and then you could have us on your wall, and you can look at all those lovely episodes. Think, we talked about that one. We talked about that one. That was a boring one. That was a good one. Who's that Muppet co-host? I'm not talking about Tom either. All right, Martin. I think we'll finish off with Marvin, the Paranoid Android, singing one of his songs, as I think of. So we'll catch you next week on the Solar One Sci-Fi Podcast. Live long and prosper.
Long ago, in another galaxy, there lived a gloomy robot. His name was Marvin. He was getting old and a bit rusty, and nobody liked him. One day, being very bored, he thought it would be a good idea to tidy up all his old programs in his dusty old data bank. There were tapes in there he hadn't played for years. Checking them through, he accidentally pushed the wrong button, and suddenly he heard...
Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you.
Well, he was sure he hadn't heard that ever before. He wasn't even sure he'd heard it that time, because being a bored and gloomy robot, he hadn't really been listening. What was worse, he couldn't remember what button he'd accidentally pressed. Anyway, he tried a few switches at random, and suddenly...
Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you.
heard it that time, all right, no doubt about it. Who was singing these strange words? Was it another robot or some strange life form from the distant past when he was a young robot and people still made the occasional attempt to like him? He couldn't make it out at all, so he pushed a few buttons again.
Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you.
That was it.
I tried to contact Marvin. I don't know why, but he never replied. Perhaps one day he'll answer. Till then, I guess I'll keep on trying. Marvin, I love you. Marvin, I love you. Remember, I'm programmed for you.
Does not compute, he thought miserably, but at least he knew where to find it in his data bank. From then on, he could play it whenever he wanted, think about what he'd missed, and live miserably ever after.